recovers life force temporarily by 150% of the taken damage. Probably a single-use skill. So strong. The more I analyze, the more I want to experience and grow together in the finals, but on the other hand, I hope for my mother's sake that he doesn't make it. This competition is just filled with selfishness. Russia's Krogel, please prepare for your match. After a fierce first round, the heat continues into the second round. Throughout the first and second round, Krogel, who hasn't taken even a bit of damage, and the traditional powerhouses are sailing smoothly. Now it's the final match of round 2, Group 15. Damien and Regis are facing off. First, Damien, the player with a perfect balance of swordsmanship, magic, toughness, buffs, and healing power. The first Pope-class player. Meeting here gives me a fresh feeling, Mr. Regis. I feel the same way, and the opponent rumored to have a hidden class linked to the 4th class advancement, the only current class, the pinnacle of martial artists, Regis. Facing Mr. Regis, I can't go in empty-handed, so I'll give it my all. Sacred protection, incarnation of light, goddess's blessing, attack power and defense rise, all stats increase, a shield is created. 9. Ha ha! You're too modest. After layering all those skills, is there even a gap to pierce through? 7. Ah, Damien's fierce attack. Perhaps I was too rash. Regis should have dragged out time until the buffs ended. 12. Regis tries to counterattack, but it's blocked by the shield and barrier absorbing the damage. He's facing Damien, who is at the highest level among defensive players. On the other hand, Regis's gear, being pushed to the defensive, is the weakest cloth-type armor. Since Damien also has high attack power, the damage is significant. Ha ha, Regis, he is being reckless. The damage is piling up too much. No, it's to deplete the shield quickly with his fast attack rate. Even if it means sacrificing himself in an early rush, the strategy is to draw the opponent, who is strong in long battles, into close combat. It shows confidence that once the opponent's walls are breached, he can definitely overpower him close quarters. Hey, you've been beating me up for 20 minutes and now you surrender? What are you doing? There's no point in being obsessed with a match you can't win, even after using all your tactics. Otherwise, let's have a separate match later. Claiming boredom, yet urging for more, I do not knowing where your peculiarity comes from. But that's called effort grid. Steadily stacking stones towards the sky. You're fueling my excitement. I was wrong to judge you the way I did. Even that cheeky kid recognized you. You are special, and you're probably the only one who doesn't realize this. It's my but the one who is the sky won't fall easily, and the higher a stone tower is stacked, the riskier it becomes. Still, do last a while longer. I'd like you to occasionally show me how far you've come. Suddenly, after more than 20 minutes of fierce exchange blows, Regis seems to be gaining the upper hand. Damn it, the more he hits me, the stronger Mr. Regis's combos become. They're deadly. I can't allow this. First, I need to reset his combo with my defense. Goddess's protection neutralizes the opponent's attack once. A kick from my blind spot. How can you move like that, Mr. Regis? Regis's evolution is incredible. After defeating Chris, who was 3rd overall last year, he was even comparable to Grid in ability. Matching Hao's control skills, the martial artist's characteristics create tremendous synergy. Damien's life force is decreasing at an incredible rate. Mr. Regis's attacks hurt too much. I can't keep taking them like this. All right, now that both of us are heavily damaged, let's end this. Goddess's breath recovers 100% of life force. Hold on, wait a minute. Recovering 100% of your life force is cheating. The winner is Damien. A fierce battle of 31 minutes and 20 seconds with both giving it their all. The most intense battle through rounds I and 2 ends with Damien, reborn perfectly after becoming the Pope. But it's too early to celebrate. The contenders who passed the first round in their unique ways take to the stage for the last match of second round. Facing Grid is Chris, who defeated Sauron. Focusing on strength over stamina, he suffered some loss of life force, but as a result, his attack power has increased dramatically. Even its creator only has a +8, but the one you're using has a +9. You're quite lucky, aren't you? It's the power of money. You must have received a sponsorship too. Why else would you use that thin sword? Who said I didn't want to? It took hundreds of tries to get to +8. It even has my name on it. It's not as strong as Grid's greatsword, but I barely managed to enhance Ayarukt to +9 before the contest. With a +9, the attack power is a whopping 2,500. Triple strike and increased damage, the brutal options of Grid's greatsword. Even in triple armor, it's going to hurt badly, making the belt work may be too difficult. 38. Still, in terms of attack speed, my one-handed blade will have the advantage over the greatsword. This time I'll boost my offense with the Elphinstone's ring and Earukt. Perfect covering for the slow speed with the shortest route of the sword, fending off all the sword attacks. Exactly the image I imagined if I were to use a greatsword. The shout might be iffy, but Ayarukt. Durability decreased by 4, experience increased by 0.1%. This guy, what power! This is the first time I'm being overpowered in strength since my job change. The more is blocked, the more he uses the recoil to increase speed and power. This is no time to be happy about the increase of experience. Resisting him directly is tough enough. You have taken 4,977 damage. Stronger than How by more than twice. If a normal hit is 5,000, that's like a boss monster. 8. Striking. Eye the blink of an blink, if it can't be dodged. 100-ton sworder. Grid took 10,000 damage. Chris took 17,000 damage. Option effect activated, absorbed 500 life force, pushing me back even with the difference in our defense. God hand, use my sword dance, block him. All of my strength, 30% taken from God hand. I have been completely immobilized. It's my skill. It can absorb a part of all strengths within a 5m radius. Not just your strength, but even the strength of your God hand has been absorbed. 53. Pinnacle has been cancelled. You've taken a critical hit. You have taken 8,900 damage. Cough. It's over. I'll take you out now, using my finishing move. Cough. 5. He has been cast. A fake. It's just a normal attack. Grid is being pushed back. With such formidable attack power, any ordinary player would have already been defeated by now. It's even more powerful than the force that subdued Sueron. With the accumulation of attacks, the passive skill is activated. Grid, it's a major crisis. All right, hit me moderately, just a bit. Did you throw a critical hit from last year's competition in an old-fashioned way? I was overpowered in strength. Sorry to say, but failure is still the strongest. +9. Failure, maximum attack, power 3,682. Chris's fierce attacks have finally summoned Grid's greatsword. While not standout, Grid gradually takes the upper hand. I knew Grid's strength was considerable, but to the extent of pushing Chris back with force alone. The more vulnerable he is, the more he reveals he still has cards up his sleeve. Perhaps Grid is the very counter to Agnes, who is still growing. Incredible! The quest might be something Grid can accomplish first. I can't be like Kraugel. I know I'm not perfect, so I put everything into attack power, a single path. I have to think of something I'm barely reaching the target with, and Grid's greatsword. But to think after facing it, it feels like your sword is greater than the one that was given to me. No, the strongest sword, a failure. The origin of Grid's greatsword is this failed product. If you must know, what I gave you was just the mass-produced version of this guy. Mass-produced? Is that why you didn't bother enhancing to +9? You might be misunderstanding. It's not exactly a knockoff, and its options are far better. This one only has higher attack power. The only advantage I had with the greatsword was Muataska power. The next clash will probably be the last. If it's a sword, attack power is everything. What do you mean, failed product, you scammer? Not a single drop of his sweat shall be left. It's a failure, because not just anyone can use it, but maybe in a year from now, I could handle something like this. Of course, By then, I'll probably be using a much better weapon. I need to get stronger quickly. That way, I too can climb above that. A hit with incredible murderous intent. I can't dodge it. Must shatter it head on. The unique skill of Destruction Warrior clashes with the incredible strike of an attack of incredible power. The second hit. 200-ton sword. God Hand. Cough. 300-ton sword. The durability of thee has decreased by 20. What brute force, what kind of monstrous strength is this? Surely it won't last to the fourth hit. With my strength to clash our sword with such force, I realized long ago this isn't an opponent I can win against. But seeing the peak I could climb makes it incredibly exciting. This ultimate move will be my strongest attack. 1,000-ton sword! You have taken 25,900 damage. Enough power to break the legendary skill. Sung, the ultimate move of a third class, is brutally powerful. A conditional passive skill of, and the synergy of Tyrante's additional damage proportional to target's defense. Phew. If it had been a triple strike, I would have been done for. This battle is exhilarating. Let's watch to see who falls first, right to the very end. This has been defeated. Were you getting hit by God Hand? This was pretty thrilling, but couldn't you have just taken one more hit? Couldn't you just taken that? Sorry about that. Next time I'll try to last longer. What do you mean next time? I'm already sick of you. Don't come at me again. Grid wins. Grid is set to face Damien in round 3.